after you guys got to know the Black Edition version of Most Wanted. So today we're going to settle one of the biggest debates in racing game history, and well, one of the most controversial discussions in the Need for Speed franchise. What is the real Most Wanted? The classic black box game from the PlayStation 2 or the 2012 version made by Criterion? So yeah, let me know in the comments already. Alright, jokes aside guys, of course the real Need for Speed Most Wanted is the 2005 version. I mean, it's widely considered the best Need for Speed game of all time by longtime fans. That's unquestionable. But here's the thing, since they decided to release a racing game 7 years later using the exact same name, well, it's impossible not to make a direct comparison between these two games. And basically, even though they share the same name, these games have completely different souls. Most Wanted 2005 gave us a story-driven racing game focused on revenge, with deep customization that really defined the PS2 era. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Most Wanted 2012 delivered high-speed, frenetic gameplay, very Burnout-inspired, and yeah, obviously better graphics thanks to the newer generation. So, first of all, it's important to say that Most Wanted 2012 is a full reboot, right? Not a remake, not a sequel. Instead of continuing the original story, they just took the name and built something totally different for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 generation, which, honestly, ended up being a very controversial decision for longtime fans. Now, when it comes to story, let's be real for a second. In racing games, people usually don't care that much about narrative, right? But with Most Wanted 2005, we actually had a very clear revenge plot involving Mia, the iconic villain Razor, and, you know, our mission to get back the legendary BMW M3 GTR. And of course, we also had the Blacklist, which gave the game a strong sense of progression. Each of the 15 racers worked like a boss fight, so the campaign actually felt structured and rewarding. All of this was presented through live-action cutscenes with real actors. And yeah, even though it could feel a bit cheesy sometimes, it just worked, and people really loved it back then. Now, fast forward to 2012, things changed completely. The game went for a much more sandbox-style experience, and basically, the story was thrown out the window. There's almost no narrative at all. The idea is just that you're the most wanted driver. That's it. Progression is fully non-linear, focused on finding and defeating the 10 most wanted cars spread around the open world, part of the game's whitelist system. So yeah, no cutscenes, no memorable characters, no razors to hate. And honestly, the feeling here is that Most Wanted 2005 gives you a purpose, while Most Wanted 2012 gives you freedom right away. Now, let's talk about another big difference here. In Most Wanted 2005, the game inherited a lot from the Underground series. You buy your car, win races, earn money, and slowly upgrade it. You can change everything: spoilers, body kits, paint, decals, and of course, performance parts like turbo and nitrous. Your car becomes your character. This is deep car customization, and well, performance-based progression is essential. That's classic, old school Need for Speed. Now, in Most Wanted 2012, they went in a totally different direction, very similar to Burnout. And yeah, that makes total sense since Criterion also made the Burnout games. Here, cars are already waiting for you in the open world. You don't buy them, you just find them, hop in, and drive. Simple as that. And yeah, this even applies to crazy cars like the Bugatti Veyron. Now, one important thing to mention here is the number of cars. Most Wanted 2005 had 32 cars, while Most Wanted 2012 bumped that up to 41 vehicles. Sounds better, right? Well, not really, because the two games released before it, Hot Pursuit 2010 and The Run 2011, actually had more cars. So honestly, I think this happened for two reasons. First, fewer cars makes finding one feel more special. But let's be real, the main reason was DLC, classic EA move. Customization in the 2012 reboot is very limited. It's mostly focused on performance, with barely any visual options, and yeah, it doesn't even come close to the original. This definitely makes the game faster and more accessible, but personally, you lose that emotional connection to your car. In 2005, you build a story with it. In 2012, it's just a tool. If you don't like it anymore, you ditch it and grab another one. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future comparisons. Feel free to leave suggestions in the comments. Now let's talk about the police. In Most Wanted 2005, police chases made a huge comeback after being absent in the Underground games. The system is very tactical. Your heat level increases gradually. There are speed traps to raise your bounty and destructible structures to help you escape. It's slower and more strategic, but honestly, these are still considered some of the best police chases in racing games. In the 2012 reboot, Criterion once again used Burnout as a reference. The physics are more aggressive, crashes are more brutal, and the police focus heavily on takedowns, so the game becomes faster, more arcade style, where destruction is the main goal instead of escaping. If you like Burnout Paradise, you're probably going to love Most Wanted 2012. But if you prefer a more grounded Need for Speed experience, there's no competition, the 2005 version wins. When it comes to the open world, both games look great in their own way. Graphically, the 2012 game is superior because it belongs to a newer generation. Rockport in Most Wanted 2005 has a dark, gray, nighttime atmosphere that perfectly matches the revenge-driven story. It's a memorable, district-based open world. Fairhaven, the map in Most Wanted 2012, is bright, colorful, and built for high-speed exploration. It's filled with ramps and wide roads, designed for pure arcade racing. Both maps are good, just very different. And of course, we can't forget multiplayer. The PS3 and Xbox 360 generation heavily focused on online gaming, and Most Wanted 2012 clearly wins here. While MW 2005 offered more traditional online modes, MW 2012 turned multiplayer into a fully connected open-world experience. Using the auto-log system, the game created instant competitions, events, and free exploration with friends, which was honestly one of the coolest online systems of that era. So, to sum it all up, Most Wanted 2005 is a classic. It gave us a memorable story, an iconic car, and a strong progression system. Most Wanted 2012 is a solid arcade racing game with great graphics and a really fun multiplayer. But the final question still remains, why even call it Most Wanted? They changed so much that I'm absolutely sure a lot of fans were disappointed when they first played it. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to check out the video about the Most Wanted Black Edition on PS2. That's it, thanks for watching, and bye bye.